Okay, hello. You've got Jo Williams here going live. I've never done this before, so let's hope it all works and goes well. Okay, so I was having a conversation. First, let's introduce myself. My name is Jo, and I'm an intuitive, energetic healer and a psychic medium. And basically, I live my life according to the messages I get from Spirit and serving the highest good of light and love for myself and mankind and the universe. I was it's telling me, congratulations, this is your most watched live video yet. Well, it's the only live video I've ever done, so it would be the most watched. I wanted to have a big shout out to my older sister, Kate Williams. She also is a psychic medium, and we were talking yesterday, and she was telling me how it was time for me to go live and to give messages to people live through the internet. So I felt very nervous all morning about doing this, but it's actually my dream to be on the world stage and do this for people. I think people get very confused sometimes with knowing who to listen to and what to listen to, and the messages in their head or their heart, and whether what they're getting is the truth for them or actually someone else's someone else's voice inside their head, or perhaps society's talking to them, or it's their mother's voice from when they were a child. I want to let you know I've done a lot of work on this myself, and a lot of work in trusting my own intuition, my own higher self. I don't call my higher self anymore, because I believe that I am my higher self, so I call it my true self. And it's a lot easier than you all think. Hi, thanks for thanks for logging in, everyone. I can see you're there. Julie, Renee, Rebecca, thank you. I'll be answering some questions later on. First, I just wanted to say, just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to connect you all to your true self, so you know what it feels like. I do one-on-one sessions and mentoring for people, but this is a gift I have, and I'm here to share it with the world. My life really has only been worth living. It's getting me very emotional, I don't know why, but worth living since I started living my truth and listening to what was in my highest good. This is a really big deal for me, guys. So I want you to know I want you to know that it's really quite simple. And I'm going to connect you all today, just so you know what it feels like, and that you have the love of yourself and of the highest form of light and love for you for this time. So Spirit really wanted me to talk about the holidays today, and just what a mad rush, and how much it can do your head in the holidays, and how you can feel really disconnected, and that the holidays, whether it's Christmas you celebrate, or just a holiday period, or you have another belief that you follow, that's okay. I guess this time of year is all about love, and a lot of us actually don't feel connected to love at this time. It gets so crazy. That we lose the connection with ourselves. I was talking to Spirit a little bit earlier, and they were telling me how we're so stuck in routine, and we all have an idea of what we think should be happening and the way our life should be mapped out, that when we actually have time to ourselves, and it's supposed to be the most peaceful and happiest time in our lives, a lot of us actually get sad and find it hard to connect with people. Hey John, love you too. And that, sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. I just wanted to let you know, guys, that you're not wrong for feeling so disconnected at this time. You're not wrong for having some, like, some of you won't feel this, okay? Some of you will be having the best time ever, and that's fine. And I've probably had one of the best Christmases in about 7 years. Since I broke up with my husband, it's been a really lonely time for me each Christmas. But what happened was, I'll just tell a story for myself, is I decided to let go of the meaning of what it meant for Christmas and the holidays. And I decided to just let myself feel what I was feeling, and that it didn't matter if I had anyone to spend Christmas with or to hang out with, or whether I felt loved or not loved, and that I knew that I was loved and taken care of regardless, and that I'm going to use the word God for the universe, guys, just so you know from now on. It's not religion I'm talking about. God is in the universe, but God, I wanted to know that God or the universe had my back, and that I was always loved no matter what happened. And so I let go, and actually had one of the best Christmases I've had, I said, 7 years. I realised that there's actually no plan to life, and we all get in our heads so much in our ego about what we are supposed to be doing and what we're not supposed to be doing and what's right or wrong. But there's actually no plan. Hey, Tony. I just want you to know that you're all loved and that you're all taken care of, and that when you just let go, completely let go, it's kind of like jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. When you completely let go, things will just start to flow, and that's probably the hardest thing to understand, or for me to explain to my clients and to you guys. I know you so desperately want to understand what it is and what the trick is, and the trick is really to jump outside of the airplane without a parachute, and that when you jump out of the airplane without a parachute, you realize that the universe, so God, actually has you, but it's not until you take that jump and that leap of faith and you actually lose all sense of self, reality, your ego, that you feel like you are supported, and that love starts to take over and carry you. So let's just have a look. Okay, so I'm just being asked, does anyone have any questions right now that they want answered from spirit or their higher selves? If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to write them down. Okay, I've got one here. Hi Gail, how are you? So this is my first time going live, guys, and I am very, very, very nervous. So bear with me. I'll be doing this. It was funny, you know, I've been thinking about this the whole time, what I'm going to do and what I'm going to say, and I keep getting, you know, don't worry, it'll all come to you. I have a room here full of loved ones passed over. I have all the unicorns here. I have all the angels here. I have all the higher selves here. I can feel everything everyone is feeling, so it's quite intense. I've also got to get over my own fear of being on the world stage and what people will think and how I'll be, how I'll come across, and I have to allow my own desire to do what makes me happy to surpass all of that. So thank you for persevering. I wanted to see if anyone has a question, but what I was going to say is, I think Kate's got a question. Kate, do you want to ask your question? So what I was going to say is that I was asking, just excuse me for 1 second. Sorry, I'm back. I was asking, I was trying to prepare, basically. I was trying to prepare and to find out what I should be talking about, and I just got, don't worry about it, Joe, go with the flow, everything will come all in good time. And that is probably what I want to, what a great question. What I want to talk to you guys about is that when you truly let go, of all your beliefs, of everything you think and wonder what is what is going to, when you truly let go of what you think should be happening and what you think people think of you and what you think the world requires of you and what you think you're here to do, it's kind of like you just fall into place and you just fall into what it is that you're meant to be doing. So I had a great question from Kate, and she wanted to know what is coming up for everyone in 2017. So basically there's going to be a sea of love. A sea of love is just going to come over. It's going to be like, kind of like the age of Aquarius, or what's that other place that was called? Lemuria. Like the age of Aquarius or Lemuria. But it's going to be completely different. So it's not going to be like anything anyone's ever seen before. It'll be completely different. And we won't be underwater. We'll be living like humans, but we'll all be much more connected to our true selves, to light and love. People will be letting go of their ego. It'll be happening like dominoes really, really, really quickly. So guys, use the support you have. If you're into crystals, if you love the angels, if you work with your higher self, if you know someone who you can work with mentoring, or if you use cards, definitely get connected. Definitely use what you use that you know is going to be in your highest good for this time. Messages are going to be coming through. People who are supposed to be highly, people who are supposed to be channeling and doing this work, it'll start coming through very, very strong and thick. So don't feel... can everyone hear me okay? Because it's saying my connection is weak. I don't know why that would be, but if you can hear me okay, can you just write yes? That would be really helpful. Otherwise, I've just been talking to myself for the last however long. So it's all going to be coming through very fast and very thick. Don't be afraid of these messages. Don't be afraid of guidance that comes. Some of you will be healing it. Great, thanks guys. Some of you will be feeling it in your heart chakra, so your heart will be feeling like it's about to burst out of your chest. Hey Ali. Other people will be getting messages and downloads. For those that have been working in this field for a while, not much will change. It'll just feel like a big wave of happiness comes through. For those guys that haven't ever heard spirit before, it might be a bit scary. So I suggest what I'm being guided for you guys to do is to get a book and a diary or a journal and just journal your thoughts. So just write them down. It doesn't matter whether they make sense to you or not sense to you. The biggest thing is that Spirit's trying to connect to you and wants to come through and be heard. There's this huge surge of energy that needs to come into the earth to basically wake up mankind to the next level of awakening. And however you bring it out and however you bring it through is the healing that the earth needs. So say, for example, someone gets guided to do a ceremony on the beach and burn items or swim in the ocean or run a meditation group. Totally do it, because whatever it is that you're doing is going to help the earth come to the next level of evolution. So we're coming into a new level of awakening. It's going to be really intense for some of you. The next year is basically going to be a happy year, a much happier year than it has been. It's been a really hard few years for a lot of people, and the light is coming in. It's coming in really, really, really strongly now. So that was a really good question. I hope I've answered that question. Let me just go back to the question and make sure what is coming up for everyone in 2007. So a huge wave of light is coming in basically, which means a lot more happiness, but also a lot of you become connected to yourself, so through the heart chakra. So do what you can to bring that energy out, however you do it. There really is no right or wrong. Try not to follow anyone who you think is spiritual. You don't need to be a specific person to hear God. Everyone can hear God. God is here for everyone. It's just the way that you bring your intuition through. But when you're expressing your true self, so when you're being yourself, like a little girl or a little boy wearing a tutu or dancing or talking in their imagination, that is them expressing God and bringing the light through. So what we need is people who have basically had that beaten out of them their entire lives to now bring that back into reality and back into focus, and to start expressing their imagination as their true self, basically. So hope that answered that. So what will be the energy of 2017? Very fast energy. So I was talking to my sister, Kate Williams, last night, who's also a psychic medium, and we were just chatting back and forth, and literally she told me, right, tomorrow you're going to go on Facebook Live, and this is what you're going to do, and da-da-da-da-da. So I didn't have weeks or months or years to think about this and to prepare. It was literally last night, go to sleep, wake up this morning, shit myself, turn on the live camera, and off I go. So the energies are going to be coming through really quickly. You're going to see a lot of people are going to be probably passing away, which we've been seeing recently, and there's going to be a lot of people also coming out. So I don't mean coming out as in necessarily gay or lesbian, but coming out as in intuitives or artists or just coming out of their shell. So basically heaps and heaps of people coming out expressing their true self. It's going to be like, for people who are my age, so I'm about to turn 40, it'll be like going to a party of 3-year-olds where everyone is just in their imagination and they're allowed to wear whatever they want and they're allowed to say whatever they want and they're allowed to do whatever they want. And someone will say, I want to, at school, I want to draw for a living. And they'll go, yes, draw. And the other person will be like, I want to dance for a living. Yes, dance. And the other person will be like, I want to dress like a zebra for my entire life. It's like, yes, dress like a zebra. And God and Spirit will be supporting you in doing that. And it really will come into fruition. Like, you'll think, how on earth am I going to earn a living dressed as a zebra? But it'll be being your true self. When you're being your true self and you're expressing your true self, that is when happiness will come. Okay, so another question. Is it really important to close off 2016 before 2017 comes, or will all the tough stuff of 2016 continue if we don't? That's a really good question, so let me just ask that question. No, there's nothing you need to do to close off. I hope you can see me. I just got a phone call. It sort of just disconnected me for a second. So what do we have to do to close off? Basically what I'm being guided is that we're all really supported at the moment, supported more than we've ever been. So we're always thinking, I wish there's someone to help. And I know as humans we have family and friends and things, but it just doesn't sometimes seem enough that a family member can help you with. There's a part of us that's deeper. There's a part of us that knows we want more. And that's actually what's happening. So what's happening now is we're going to be supported like never before by Spirit and by the universe. We hear these people talk about, the angels and having an amazing connection with the angels and asking the angels for help. To be honest, my entire life I've never seen or felt an angel until recently. So that's great for the people that had that connection, but until recently I didn't know what to be supported by the angels felt like. I thought it was big. So it's interesting that I'm saying that and I do the work I do. But basically, for those, whatever you believe in your intuition, in your imagination, as long as it's based on light and love and happiness and not from the ego. So if it's dark, expect dark. But if it's light and love and you guys are focusing on the highest point, point of good for yourselves and for humanity and for mankind and the universe, then you're going to get supported like never before. So loved ones passed over, unicorns, angels, deities, gods, goddesses, they're all here for you now, and you're going to have support really, really strongly. So I was at the airport a few days ago and I had about 7 kilos over in my luggage, and I was going to have to pay $15 per kilo for the extra luggage. And I prayed to God and I prayed to the angels. And I've never prayed to the angels before, but I did. And I spoke to 3 different people and they all told me, no, you're going to have to pay X amount of dollars for excess baggage, or you're going to have to leave your bags at the airport. And then this lady came out of nowhere and said to me, what's going on? I said, apparently I can't get on the airplane with extra luggage. I'm going to have to pay all this money. And she gave me huge hug and Christmas and put me on the airplane. So it was like, and within half an hour I received the help. So that's what it's going to be like, guys. If you're asking for help and you're everyone's the highest good, then the help will be there within seconds, within minutes, within hours. Yeah, okay. I hope that's answered that question. Let me just, is it really important to close off? If you feel, I feel like the question, is it important to close off 2016 so that all the bad stuff stops, is just coming from a space of fear, to be honest. Fear builds and creates fear. So if you're in fear, expect more fear. And then you can say, okay, well, how am I going to get rid of fear? The way to get rid of fear is really to bring in the light and to tune in and to channel the light. Whether you want to meditate on the highest point of light and love for yourself, whether you want to focus on angels, whether you want to focus on unicorns, whether you want to focus on fairies, as long as your intention is to tune into the highest point frequency of light and love for yourself and for all of mankind, you'll be bringing in the truth. So the other thing I'm being told to say is that at the moment, it's like they're shaking us. You're human. It's like, for God's sake, you're human. When will you guys get it through your head? Part of being human is for the soul to learn lessons and to understand itself. So you can say bad things happen, but every time the light has a dark, and then the dark has a light, and the light has a dark, it understands itself on a whole new level. So sometimes when we go through hardship, it actually allows ourselves to see ourselves in a whole new light that we never saw before, especially when we're working from the soul's point of view and we're starting to get connected and speak our truth. So try not to be so afraid of bad things or allow fear to control you, because life is still going to continue to happen. You can't stop life. You can't stop human life. Human life is something that we've all come to experience. We knew before we came here what it meant, and that there would be feelings that we needed to feel that were beyond our comprehension as a soul. So yes, life can be tough. However, we're coming to a period of massive light and love and support. So anyone who you know passed away, who's a loved one passed away, if you talk to the angels, talk to God, please do that, because they're really going to be here to support you. My dog passed away a few months ago, and I was having a shower before, and I had this voice. I had this hand actually lay on my shoulder. It's really like a big man's hand lay on my shoulder, and this voice going, "Don't worry, Joe, I'm with you." And I'm thinking, I've got to ground myself. I've got to bring the light in. I have to anchor myself to make sure this video goes well. And it was like, no, you don't have to do that. We're all here for you. And I was thinking, who the hell are you? And it's Elwood. I'm thinking, God, Elwood, you're very strong. You're like 7 foot tall or even taller, big masculine energy. So be open to receiving guidance from loved ones like you haven't done before. For those of you that haven't ever connected to spirit like this, it may be a little bit scary, but it's nothing you need to fear, basically. It's just a new skill. So again, I'm being told to tell you to get a journal. This is what I've got. Just a simple pad and a pen. And I literally just write down, what do I write? Hang on a sec, let me ask. What do you have to tell me right now? And then whatever my imagination says, whatever my inner voice is telling me to write, is spirit talking to me. Okay? Good. Awesome. So let me just have a look at what else everyone else is writing. Yes. Okay, so that's a really good question, Gail. Gail's just said that she needs focus and that she's felt like she's been scattered in the past. So will this focus come more easily? Gail, for you have so many loved ones in spirit. It's unbelievable. They're all wanting to talk to you at once, basically. You've just got to tell them to back off and one at a time. So you're an amazing channel, Gail. You have amazing light. You have an amazing energy about you, but your information, it comes through really, really, really quickly. So for you and for other people who are trying to bring through spirit or are trying to channel, you're the boss, basically. You control what happens to you. Yes, you're a soul having a human experience, but it's up to you what happens. So that's hard to understand maybe, but I'll explain that probably another time. You just need to be like, okay, I'm here. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. I've had a really hard year this year personally. I broke up with my partner just before Christmas last year, and I've been very depressed this year, and I literally just was like, stop. I want everyone and everything to stop. I want God and the spirits and everyone just to stop talking to me. I just need a break. And I was allowed to have a break, and I just sat in my sadness for a while. And then in time, when it was time, they came back. It's kind of like a puppy. Spirit's a bit like a puppy. The second you tune in and say, yes, I'm open to the light, Spirit's like, and like wants to lick you and jump all over you and be a bit crazy. And you've got to train that puppy. You've got to train Spirit. Hey, not so fast. Don't jump. No licking. You know, you're not allowed to wee inside. Spirit's a bit like that, because this is the first time really on planet Earth that humanity have had connection. Usually it's specific to those people that have got a gift, or the people who have come in who are going to be enlightened, or their path is to be a channel, but that's not the case this time around. This time everyone is open to receive the love and the light from God and from the universe, and everyone can open themselves up to the messages and to the higher frequency of love that's available. So for you, Gail, and for anyone else that's needing advice on being scattered, the intention is to tune into the highest point of light and love, the highest frequency of light and love, for yourself and for all of the planet and the universe. Then it is to, when the messages start coming in, pen and paper, best thing to get the messages out, and you just tell them to slow down. And if you need to put the F word in there, you can. Slow the F down, because they're just coming through. They all want to talk. You've got so many love and spirit. So try that and let me know how you go. I'd be very interested. So let's have a look what else is going on. Thank you for all the comments, everyone. It's really nice to see you all tuning in and being a part of this all. Unicorns, angels, yeah, awesome. Hi, Evie. Hi, Angie. Thank you so much. Let's have a look. So, Angie, the biggest thing, Angie, for you would be clearing limiting beliefs. So there's a few ways you can do that, guys. You can do that by writing down on paper what you believe the limiting belief is or the blockage is, and then either ripping up that paper or burning that piece of paper. It's really having an awareness of something, having awareness of what something is, bringing it in, and then letting it go. So it'll come easier and easier the more you do it. It's also, Angie, Claudia's got to want to change. She's got to want this new ability. So if you're happy where you are, if you don't want change, change won't come. Change is something that's pretty hard sometimes. Sometimes you've got to look at yourself, especially when it comes to your soul and your true self. It's about facing your biggest fears in life, and not just in this life, but in every other lifetime throughout the beginning of time, I guess. So when you start to tune into the true frequency of light and love, you become very open and very intuitive, and it can be quite scary if you're not prepared to face or to go through what you need to learn your life lessons. So as much as Angie, you want this for her, she's got to want it for herself. You can't make someone change. The only thing you can do is support them and to shower them with light and love, and hopefully in time her own soul's desire to grow will be enough to move her forward. But yeah, I've given you some things to do, so try that. That will help. And hi, Claudia, I hope you're well. Let's have a look what else is. Elwood, we love you. Yay. Let's have a look. Oh, hi Kelly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. So many awesome messages coming through. I'm so nervous, but I really appreciate oh, thank you. All your messages, they're really cool. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Moni. Love you guys. Okay, so let's have a look. I just need to get some water. Just 2 seconds. Oh, thank you. Okay. I don't have... Okay, so Evie, let's have a look. Hey, what do I need to do to be good? Evie, really, what you need to do is just tune into the highest frequency available to you, highest frequency available of light and love. And it's really just like connecting a white light down into your crown chakra, down through your body and into the earth. And basically you're here not only, Evie, for yourself, but for mankind, for humanity, for the universe, for everything. There really is no light without dark, so you have to also give love and thanks to all that is. You can't only, when you're tuning in and channeling, you only want to bring in the light and love, but you don't want to. It's like saying, I love everyone except people who, are fat, or I love everyone except people who have grey hair, or I love everyone except people who have big noses. Well, it doesn't work like that. If you're going to start working with the highest frequency of light and love, you have love for everyone, and your heart needs to accept everything that's both light and dark. So first of all, Evie, you need to overcome those challenges of what you believe are right and wrong and good and bad. And then you need to just start focusing on receiving guidance through your higher self, through the highest point of light and love, but really ask for it to be your true self. So we're coming to a time. Aww. Thank you so much, Moni. Okay, love you. See you next week. Okay, so you need to be bringing the information through as yourself. So you need to be authentic in your own heart. So whatever you're bringing to the world, whatever you're giving to the world is your heart and soul, and it's coming from your heart chakra. It's kind of like you can't pick and choose. If you're gonna, it's like saying, I want to be human, but I don't want to experience some of the human things. Well, you have to almost forgive yourself or forgive the human state and accept all things in order for you to truly receive all things, life, love, money, things that we perceive as good. You have to first accept everything you perceive as bad. And then once you have, you don't have a good or bad, like you don't have a right or wrong, and you're just in the flow, that's when you can receive. And God will start to bring everything to you. So you've got a little bit of pain to let go, Evie, first, but you can do that just by asking for God's help in letting go of what no longer serves you. So as I said before, 2017 is going to be the year where this happens really, really quickly. So what you ask for will happen, but it will happen in a matter of, minutes, hours, days, rather than weeks, months and years. I know since I've been little, I've been praying for happiness, and it feels like it's been, a lifelong journey. But I know it's funny because I've been doing this work for a long time, but really in the last couple of weeks when I've been asking for help, it's like been happening straight away. And I've been like, oh my God, how is it happening so quickly? Usually I have to sit in meditation and pray for ages, or, ask a lot of questions. So things will change a lot when you're willing to let go of what no longer serves you. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so let's have a look. Hi, Jason. All right, so has anyone got any more questions? If there's no more questions, I'll just ask for final messages and then I'll head off. So, oh, that's a good question. Okay, so Beck, look, to answer your question, the first thing I'm getting is there's just blocks coming up. So, especially around his throat, his heart. I should know all the chakra names, but the lower chakra as well. So what you could do is ask to do either a crystal healing or a crystal healing, or just a healing. Ask the angels to come in to clear what is stopping him from expressing himself, what's stopping him from being able to be his true self in this lifetime. Change won't come to him. I know you work with crystals. I think he would do really well to have a session with you to clear those blockages. Basically, nothing's going to change until he can get rid of the old. So he's carrying a lot of old debt that needs to be released. So work with that if you can, Beck and Matthew. Thanks. So let's have a look. Okay, so thank you. I can tell you is let go of the ego again. Asking anything that no longer serves you to be gone. So you tune into the higher insight and your light coming out to your brown chakra, down through your body and through your feet, and it's like a waterfall. Imagine standing under a waterfall, and it just, as it's going to like a river or a stream, if the leaf in the way or stick in the way, it'll eventually become unblocked and unlodged, and the stream will carry it to where it needs to go. There's a lot of stuff you're holding on to that's no longer in your highest good, it's old information. So just allowing that to shift and allowing the new to come in. Yeah, there's a lot there. Let me just have a look if there's anything else I can do for you. Just excuse me for a minute. Okay, Noam, so I've just done some energy work on you. Just feels like you're holding on to a lot. It feels like you're holding on to a lot and you're feeling like you're keeping it all together for everyone. So you just need to know that you're supported and that you're loved and that this is a journey for you, just for yourself. So just to let go of anything that's no longer in your highest good and no longer serving you. And also try and not listen to other people's advice. Try and get the advice from your own true self. If you need to put pen to paper, that would really also serve you. And the other thing would be to ask for healing. Ask for healing and for the shift to take place so that you are able to love yourself in the true light of God or the true light of the universe. Okay. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone. Now, my phone is live, so I have no idea what the time is, so I don't even know how long I've been doing this for. But the idea is to do this once a week. Wednesday, it'll be 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. This morning, I was sort of running around the house getting ready, and I was thinking, how cool would it be if I did this every single day? Because it's my favourite thing to do in the whole wide world. Of course, today was my first time, so thank you for being patient. I have had a lot of nerves, so sometimes tuning in through nerves can feel a bit scary for me. I hope you've enjoyed messages. I'll have so many more messages for next week. Just see if there's any final messages to come. Just the biggest messages for everyone, and not just one of you, but is that you are loved. You're so loved. You're so supported. The universe is really here for you now to support you and to bring through the highest form of light and love. And they want you to know that any questions, way for you to get the answers is to write down on pen and paper and then start to flow. It doesn't matter whether the first things you start writing is milk crate, garden, porcupine. I'm trying to listen to this. Porcupine, is that a word? Anyway. And then you write down what you're writing. It doesn't matter whether it's muddled. Basically, after you get into the groove, the flow will come, and the message will be there. So keep asking for God's help. Keep asking for the light to serve you. Keep asking if you work with angels, crystals, work with whatever you do. And the biggest thing is to, whatever you do in your imagination, you can express yourself however your imagination is saying. So I'm going to sprinkle around magic, lots of magic. It's like sprinkles that you get to play with when you're a child, but no adult seems to play with them anymore. So there's sprinkles over everyone for you. Magic, light and love, connecting you all to your true self. I love you all. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much. I can't wait to do this again. It may be tomorrow. It may be, it's definitely going to be next Wednesday. But it may be tomorrow because I don't have any children. They've gone away with their dad. So I might just do this every day for the next 10 days. Just because I can. Okay.